Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So tonight's well, question is, Rory's dead. Does anyone care? Now, I personally don't care because I feel like he was more of a prop, more of a stepping stone for the quote unquote Sabrina fans, for the spinster and trainer to sit there and have an obstacle. Um, that's pretty much all he was there for. And so his death really didn't do anything for me. Now, what's good? How you doing tonight? First comment of the night. How you doing tonight? Hope you had a great day. Um, what you thought of General Hospital today? De Haviland's in the chat. What's good? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. De Haviland, what shows are you watching? Um, are you watching General Hospital or is it just Days of Our Lives and stuff like that? Let me know what you're watching. And thank you for the like. Whoever hit the like button. But yeah, he's nothing. He was nothing more than a prop. And yeah. Monique is in the chat. What's good? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Hope you had a great day. Hope you had a great day, De Havilland. Um, let me know what everyone's watching so far. I know Mel watches YNR and she watches Days of Our Lives. And Monique, I think you watched General Hospital. Do you watch General Hospital? Let me know what shows you watching. Watching. Um, yeah, dude was nothing more than a prop. That was it. That was his only function. Now he's dead, and that pretty much just ends that. And watching Trina sit there hugging on him and crying on him and everything was like, no, just kick rocks, go somewhere. Oh, Monique, you watch all four? Okay, when do you get a chance? Yeah, it's tough to try to watch all four. Trust me. What'd you think of the soap operas today? Mel, it was good, just cold, 53 degrees. I wish it was 52 degrees. Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Amy? I usually see you in the comment section, so when I saw you here, I was like, oh wow, that's what's up. Are you sad that Rory died? Why? I'm not being sarcastic. I just generally want to know why. De Havilland said thank you. I watched General Hospital. Okay, cool. Chikaris is in the chat. What's good? How was your birthday yesterday? How was your birthday yesterday? Mel's in the chat. I watched Young and Restless, Days of Our Lives, and Born the Beautiful. Wow. Okay, so you would pretty much watch everything except for General Hospital. Okay. Jonathan's in the chat. What's good? How you doing tonight? Monique says my schedule varies if I can't watch it or I'll just read the recap on or watch your reviews. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no. Trust me, I get it. So, Monique, you got a chance to watch General Hospital today. What you thought of it? Black Minds in the chat. What's good? How you doing tonight? Um, Jakara says I'm good. My birthday was amazing. My family took me out. Nice. Okay, where'd y'all go to eat? Johnson says I just came from watching your day's review. Okay. What you thought of day? What you thought of Days of Our Lives today, Jonathan? Jakara says I didn't watch Days yesterday and today. Yesterday was nothing to write home to. Today you didn't really miss that much, so I mean, you good as far as like trying to keep up and stuff. I'm glad you're doing good, Black Mind. Mel says I will try watching the hospital, but get distracted to other shows. No, I get it. I get it. And trying to watch all four shows is it can be kind of difficult. Trust me, I do this Monday through Friday, so I can tell you how difficult it can be. What you thought of what you thought of B&B today? Cigar said we went to a place named No Way Jose. Okay, all right. Cigar says the scene with Brady and Systematic. Yeah. You have more high, you have a higher tolerance than I do. Good for you, Jonathan. Um, Abe was planning on blowing everyone up. Did she even think about um Johnny in this whole scenario? Monique said, Trina got on my nerves. I don't want to be with you, but I'm going to cry for you. Exactly. That's what I was like. Monique, I was like, Trina, if you don't get your dumb ass away from Rory, she's not there crying on him and everything like that. Nah, bro, you don't get to sit there and have all tears and stuff. She was literally gonna sit there and break out with him not that long ago. She has the audacity to sit there and be on top of him. Like, no, kick rocks somewhere. Monique, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of people in the comment section that's gonna be mad with me, but you know what? No one is spared the rod. Mel says, I can't believe now that Ava wants to go after Nicole. I hope she does not get hurt with the bomb. Nicole irked the hell out of me today. Now, Nicole came to Sloane's place and started judging her and actually called her a slut. I was like, whoa, are you kidding me? You do know what your past is like, right? Jakara says, Trina knows she didn't love Rory. I loved her, but I agree. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, nah, bro, you go somewhere. Now, Dee Dee Sidley, I'm gonna call you Dee Dee. I haven't even watched the episode Rory died. I thought the twist was that he was going to be the killer. Yeah, a lot of people thought that. A lot of people thought that, but yeah, no, he was a stepping stone anyway. I mean, it's not like the dude's really going to be missed. Johnson said, you made a good point on your review if Eric is unemployed and can't." Exactly. I'm like, what are you doing? You going? How are you paying this woman? Now, Jay Blue said Trina feels guilty. Emotions can be messy. No, I mean emotions can be messy, and I get that. But I'm not with it. I ain't with it. Tracy was good. Tracy Stevens, how you doing tonight? Crystal Williams, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Jessica is in the chat. Was good. It's always great to sit there and see you three. The girl says, Nicole is a messy circus. Let's not forget about your little exactly. I'm like, bro, you have the audacity to sit there and call her a slut after all the stuff that you did. That's like me calling Nicholas Chavez a man whore, even though he is a man whore. But I mean, I'm not one to talk because I did some stuff. I was in some stuff. I still think that Nicholas Chavez is trash. So Mel says it was sick that Brady kissed Sister Mary. Just a Chris. Mel. The thing is that scene was supposed to be funny. I didn't find it funny at all. I don't find the character funny. I think she's super annoying, and I can't wait for her to go. Now Johnson says Sloan is going to end up giving Eric a hard time about paying her off. Oh, Jonathan. So Nicholas Chavez has a Patreon, and he wants people to pay $1,000 to take him out on a date. Like literally, I think it's like $1,000, $2,000, or something like that to take him out on a date. That's part of his Patreon. I mean, there's other tiers, but that's like the high tier. It's like $1,000. You get to literally take them out on a date because people are stupid enough to actually pay money to this idiot. Monique says, "Can't wait for Ava to confront Liz." Oh yeah, that's gonna be good, Monique. I can't wait for her to get the smoke. Mel says it's not the first time Nicole has got hurt in an explosion. Eric tried to save her, but could not, so thought she died. Karen's in the chat. Karen says, hello, Albert. To answer the question, I don't care that Rory dead. Okay, good. Good, Karen. Good. Let's sit there and no, that's not what. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's start a poll. I'm pretty sure I spelled his name right. Now, Johnson says Eric will rush back to Nicole if she gets caught in that explosion. If you remember him of yeah, no, that was before my time. That was before my time. But I'm pretty sure he would. I'm not just saying that he wouldn't. I thought it was just silly that she decided to come in come in her place and start judging him. Talk about, oh, you could do much better, this, that, and the third. I'm like, boo, you're really in no position to sit there and start slut shaming anyone. Mel says John knows how to manipulate Kristen to tell him everything. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like it's dumb. So let me get this straight. He's supposed to sit there and try to pretend to be her friend so this way she can lower her guard and tell him everything. Like Kristen isn't stupid. Kristen isn't dumb. Why is the I do a poll, it should be down there, not up there. Like what I mean, so far 86% people said they don't care that he's dead, which is great because the dude was nothing more than a prop. Rory was a prop. And yeah, he was nothing more than a prop. Hell, oh, and Maxie and Sam scene just seems so dumb and unnecessary. You literally spent to asking two people what you should do in your relationship. You are a grown ass woman with kids. Figure it out. Like, come on. First, you try to get Cody's help because for some odd reason, then you try to reach out to your friend Sam because apparently they're friends. Um, and in the end, it's still her choice. It's still her choice. She gets to decide on who she wants to sit there and be with. Like, why are we doing that? This thing seems so unnecessary to that. Jonathan says Taylor and Brooke impressed. Yeah, yes, Jonathan, they did. They impressed me as well. They chose themselves. They said, you know what? After 30 something years of being on this stupid merry-go-round, we good. Of course, that high five just made it kind of cringy, but I'll give them that because they're not going to sit there and be playing games anymore. Now, Davlin says, I can't wait for Esme and Ava to go at it. I mean, it's obviously going to be after she's pregnant, but yeah. Mel says Eric is now drinking and going back to the dark side. He said it's good to be the bad twin like Sam. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Why the hell does Sammy have all the fun? Sammy running around causing havoc. Hurricane King Sammy. The only thing with Eric, I would sit there and say, Mel, is his drinking and driving. That I'm not cool with. But as far as everything else, that dude, let that dude go to town. Okay, let him have his fun. Let him have his fun with Sloan and honestly, to tell you the truth, they didn't really do anything else, did they? What did they go at like 4 or 6 times, like or seven? I've lost count now. Johnson says Stephen may still want Riz to get back with Taylor. I wouldn't be too surprised. I'm not gonna lie, that whole scene was so annoying between Steffi and Hope that they're talking about their parents being back. Like, oh, I want him to be with my mom. I want him to be with my mom. It's like you're grown ass women with children. Y'all not realize how stupid y'all look? Exactly, Monique. Me too. I mean, Monique, it took like 30 something years, but they got around to it. Okay, they got around to it. Yeah, a little bit of slow learners. That whole setup was so funny when Ridge walked in there, because I'm just like he walked in there like he walked into the like he walked into the principal's office like what's going on? Why y'all so close? Why y'all why y'all buddy? Like what's good? Hmm. I've not been in the mood to have ice cream in a hot minute. Now, Mel says, do you remember Jennifer was hooked on pills and slept with Eric? No, I do not. Unless you're talking to everyone else in the chat. No, I do not. This was before my time. I started watching it in 2019, so anything that happened before then, I don't know. The Havlin says I meant to say that I can't wait for Esme and Ava to go at it. No, I know what you meant. I read the comments the first time, and even when somebody like messes up or does a typo or whatever, because the other typing on a tablet, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. Um, but yeah, today's stuff was pretty great. I feel like I'm almost back at 100%. Dolly's in the chat. What's good? How you doing tonight, Dolly? How was your day? I feel, besides this annoying cough, I feel like I'm almost back to 100%, which is really great. Um, it's really great. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, one of those days. Okay, I got you, Dolly. I got you. Those long ass days will wear you out. I'm glad you're here, though. Mel says I was happy Johnny, aka quite Ava. So now what she's going to do since he saw her. He's probably going to get kidnapped. I mean, it's not like Ava actually really thought what could wind up happening to um what Ava really thought that could happen to Johnny in that explosion. Now Jay Blue says I thought Ava was gonna stab Nicholas. I was screaming, "Old Ava is back!" But I have to wait until she finds out about Esme. Yeah, yeah. Maybe when she finds out about Esme, that blade may go inside of her. Monique says Nicholas better hope Ava don't go looking for Liz. Yeah, Jessica. I mean, maybe she's just really super invested in him. super, super invested in him. I give her a bit of slack, but just feels like Ava was pathetic. Now Kai Wen says next play is cool. I don't understand why they did, and I guess that's a no tension in what? Johnson says Steve wants EJ arrested. Yep. Nikisha say may you rest in peace. LOL with a joke. Mm. How you doing tonight, Nikisha? How do you feel about Rory's death? Shakira said Rory will be missed, but really he was a sneeze. Yeah, he was a stepping stone. Kaiway says, I lost my train of thought. Okay. Billy says, I miss Rory. Whose scenes will I watch when I need to sleep? Oh, Dolly, I'm so chat. Shauna's in the chat. What's good tonight, Shauna? How you doing tonight? And Shakira? How you doing tonight, Shakira? Yeah, Rory's dead. I think there was one person that that's upset that Rory's going, or that's gonna miss Rory. Johnson said Rory wasn't a bad character, but he didn't leave much of an impact. Yeah, they didn't really do much with him for him to feel like we should care that he got hurt or that he died. You know, like he said, I'm not sad that Rory died. I hate how the writers didn't invest in the character, and now they just expect us. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Nikisha, I was pretty much bad mouthing Trina in my review today. So if you didn't watch it, I'm just gonna warn you now. I was bad mouthing her pretty hard. Kaiway said I was right, 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 right. Okay. Jonathan said even Nathan got better. scenes when he was on. Yeah, he says, I just hate that Rory will be more of a Sabrina barrier dead than he was. Yeah, all he was just a prop. He was a prop at best. He was a prop. Mel says it was a slap in the face by Sally saying, I'm with. Yeah, it wasn't even just a slap. I'm just surprised that why is Nick still Snitten messing with her for? Like, why? Why is he messing with Sally for? Shauna says, I believe he's not dead. We have to wait until tomorrow. It's going to be. Okay, I'm like 99% sure he's dead. And they did have him flatline, so I'm pretty sure he's dead. Jessica said Trina's not doing so bad. Tanya says, I guess since Rory is dead, that lets Trina off the. I love it. I love it, Tanya D. How you doing tonight? Dolly says, I'm going to pour my sweet tea on the ground. Rory's honor. We'll miss your charisma and legendary story. Monique says, if they had written Rory differently, I would have been invested in his character. They could have made him long lost son. Yeah, they could have did so much more than what they did. Now, Jessica says, probably worse than Cam crying. So, yeah, Jessica, I'm so glad you brought that up because Cam crying scenes are terrible. They are awful. Like, god awful. Kai Wen says, pretty sure I'm a SEALs team. What? What are you talking about? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Johnson says if they did write Rory as the killer, that would have made him still. Yeah, Johnson. They could have sat there and made him so much more interesting in general than what they did. And it's I'm gonna end the poem. Shakira says I heard Brooke and Terrell. Yeah, they did. It was a great scene. Mel says Phyllis getting fired by Summer and Kyle, but Adam is at the bar. Yeah, but I mean, she deserved to be fired. I mean, Phyllis deserved to be fired. Now, Nikisha said, I laughed when Rory fell over the sofa bed. He can't stop. He can't even. uh, that is what Monique says Sally did that to see your Adam would react if he saw the look on her face. Adam didn't give a reaction she wanted. She wanted to say, I'm still not happy that you're with Nick. I guess so. I guess I'm just looking at the whole thing and I'm like, Nick, what are you doing? You just walked into the room of sweat and shame and sex, and you said, you know what? I still want to be with Sally. Ugh. Monique says, why didn't Rory Depp look like the mass scene when he got shot? Hmm? Shakira says, should watch Days first and B&B. No. Shakira, you should watch B&B and then Days. Days wasn't really that great. So you should watch B&B and then Days. And Johnson says, if Rory is working for the killer and they somehow faked his death, Phoenix Tremaine predicted that Rory was working with the killer who may be the D. Interesting. Cameron says, is that I'm still complaining about Nick. It's been like 5 years and I feel like it's complain about Nick all the time. Okay. Um, Shauna says, I still don't understand what happened because who is that on the floor? Probably that boyfriend that, when Rory had to sit there and deal with the domestic case or whatever, domestic violence case. I'm assuming that's what it was. Because he came there to sit there and check on that woman. Which I don't understand. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. Now, Tanya D says, geez, now we have to deal with Trina crying about how much she loved Rory. Yarn, I love that Jack told Phyllis he would fight. I'm glad that Summer fired her ass. Like you said, who is the dead person in the apartment with Rory? The um, domestic case that Jordan wasn't there praising him for. The domestic case that Jordan was praising him for. He went back there to check on her to sit there and see how she was doing. And I don't understand. What I don't understand is what was the hook killer doing there? Billy says, now that Rory is dead, do you think Trina's next love interest will be a cardboard cutout chemistry? No, they're gonna do the whole Spencer thing because that's what the fans wanted. The fans wanted that for a while, so that's what they're gonna wind up doing. Um, which is fine. I don't personally care. I'm not super invested in them, so that is true. Clark, how was Clark doing tonight? Creed Clark. I don't know if I should call you Creed or Clark, but yeah, you can see, especially when she has that tone. When she has that tone, you know it's about to go down. Um, Devlin says so. Since Rory is dead, General Hospital will make Trina and Spencer a new couple now. Yeah, that was the plan. That was the plan all along. Jessica says there was a hook, and then a random guy on the floor. Then Rory comes out of nowhere. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, like what was the hook killer doing now? Nikki says I thought Rory went to the address from the file he took pictures of. Like was he following? Okay, yeah, you might actually be right about that. You might actually be right about that. Why the hook? Why did Rory go to the back room after he got hooked? Yeah. Now Jessica says, "What if the killer? What if the what if he killed the guy who bought the venom so they can trace it back to whoever the hook is?" Jay Blue says, "Roy was a zealous cop at first. I thought when he took the picture of the file that it was about the hook." Yeah, honestly, tell you the truth, now people in the chat, I'm getting I'm getting confused. Same thing, Dolly. I was like, yo, he actually stood up the wrist today and showed that he was trash, and it was great. Nakawan says, I think he shot the guy, and then he got up. You mean Rory? Hmm. Monique says Sally has to be with whoever Nick wants to be with. She talks about Adam because he knows. Spider Quake is in the chat. What's good? Now Johnson says the CW finally announced the return date of the Flash. Yep. And of course, Henry Cavill is no longer Superman anymore, so that's fun. I can't wait to put out that video tonight. Because James Gunn decided it was a good idea to take Henry Cavill. People that wanted him back as Superman for years and said, we good. We don't need you. We're gonna go in a new direction. Um, so stupid. Jay Blue said, was Dante also following up on a lead to get there so quickly? Yeah, I gotta watch more. I gotta watch. Maybe tomorrow will explain more of it. Yeah, it's mighty quick. I have no idea. Now, Highway says James Gunn. It does not that gonna rain. What? I don't know what you're saying about that. I mean, I don't know what you're saying about Kai Wynn about James Gunn, but the dude's an idiot, and yeah, he's an idiot. Nemo says Phyllis could go buy back her hotel. With what money? With what money? No, she barely was able to buy it the first time. Johnson said James Gunn wants to do a complete reboot of DC. Yeah, here's the thing, John. He's going to lose more people than he gains in this whole reboot process because there's a lot of people that like Jason Momoa and Henry Cavill. Oh, there's people that like Gal Gadot. This idiot thinks that I was so annoyed when I heard that. Now Tanya says I can't believe Taylor and Brooke kick Riz to the curb, but will it last? Probably not. You know what? We can. You know what? Maybe not, but we can celebrate today's. You know. Now Dolly says I'm gonna need something to happen on days soon. The characters are fire, but I need more. Yeah, Dolly. I didn't even wind up doing my review yesterday because it was like nothing to talk about. And Monique says Phyllis could buy back her hotel, but hardly no one wants anything to do with her, business wise. But Monique, how is she gonna buy back her hotel though? Like somebody else just said that she could buy back her hotel. How? What money? Again, she barely had the money to do it the first time around. Johnson says HBO Max cancel more shows. Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan. If they cancel Titans, well, they already canceled Young Justice, so they cancel Titans at this point. I'm like, I'm so angry. Ron says Ava is going to regret putting the bomb. At this point, Ava's just lost her damn mind. You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm cool with like revenge and stuff like that, but I'm like, would you plan on killing Johnny also? Because you do realize that he was actually going to be there at the funeral. But of course, she's sitting there talking to her dead son, so like, what do I know? Spider says Ava gave Nicholas a warning with that knife. Yep. Justice said they didn't cancel any more DC shows. Yeah, that's good. Johnson, they canceled Westworld, and I kind of wanted to sit there and watch that. I really did. I still do want to watch it. Dolly says I heard the cancellation of HBO Max shows are being licensed out to other streamers and being put on new devices that include ads. Oh, well, yeah, technically, Dolly, HBO Max has ads. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know HBO actually has ads because I paid the full price, so I didn't have to deal with that. But I feel like I gotta start doing that with Paramount Plus at this point. Next month, I gotta sit there and start doing this ad free thing because I can't deal with these commercials. Mel says Ashley should go get her own empire with Tucker and Phyllis. I don't know why anyone will want to work with that dingbat Phyllis, but okay. And Kaiway said is as boring as hell. What's boring? You gotta give me a little more clues to work with. Johnson says, have you ever seen a Nickelodeon show called The Brothers Garcia? No, no. It, it does remind me of another show called My Brother and Me. Oh, Westworld is. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I don't know what. I want to sit there and watch it. I love sci-fi kind of shows, Kaiwen. And Ron says, wait till she finds out about Nicholas and Esme having a child. Yeah, she's going to get livid. Monique says, it's Phyllis. She'll find a way. She convinced Kevin to hack to both finances and just the money is an unknown account untraceable. Okay. All right. I mean, Monique, if she gets back to Grand Phoenix, then good for her. I'm not knocking her. I think she's kind of a dingbat, but she gets it back. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, Dolly, my brother and me. It had like one season, and then there was so much background. There was so much back backroom drama that the show wound up getting canceled because of the stuff that happened behind the scenes, which is a shame. Now, Spotty Quick says, "Is me or does sound like Spencer is sick? His voice sound off." Hmm. I didn't notice that, but take another look. Now Johnson says Warner Brothers Discovery reportedly is going to change the name HBO Max to just Max. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. I mean, they can change the name of the show whatever they want. It's them canceling stuff that I have an issue with, you know. But they somehow think that they're doing the right thing for some odd reason. It's most acidine things to me that I've seen so far. No, Dolly, no. I wish. See, I knew I had to start doing this. See, I'm gonna look that up. Now, Ron says, I can't wait for Sheila to escape next week, but if Finn tries anything, she should shoot. Ron, give you, at least you keep the same energy. I was thinking about you today. I was like, Ron really does not like Finn. Spidey Quake says, I wonder if Rory knows who the hook is. Maybe. Doesn't matter because he's dead now, so. Johnson says it's already backfiring on the company. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, Johnson, Warner Brothers have always been a mess. It's just now it's they're starting to cancel so many shows that people like that it's starting to it's like you can just feel the tension, if that makes any sense. Kai Wynn says the app and it shows on HBO Max on the top rank shows that are beyond that I'd be making money. Really, I would say that's my opinion. Yeah, no, yeah, Jonathan. It's definitely a dumpster fire. It's going to be a dumpster fire for a while. I'm like, you know what? Listen, I love both DC and Marvel, and now that Peter and James Gunn is just messing it up, hey, I can sit there and rock with Marvel. And Nikki says, I remember when Rory told Spencer he didn't want him hunting him and Trina from prison. Jokes on him because he's the only. Why? Nikisha does not play with those burns. Now, Dolly said Tony wasn't a close show around saying kind of like the original Victorious. Oh, okay. Who was the person who was the person that made that show? Was it that dude that liked the feet and everything like that? Dan, whatever his name is, the really creepy guy that has like the feet fetish, foot fetish. Mo says you can just add people on HBO Max without paying them. Hmm. I don't know how. Spike Quick says, I wonder who Ava is calling tomorrow, and I think Rory's alive still, but he'll die middle to tomorrow's episode. As long as he's dead, that's all I really care about. It was a waste. Now, Tanya says, poor Deacon, his days are numbered. He's just going to go back to prison with Sheila. Yeah, I mean, he made his choice. He made his choice. Ron says, not that. I just don't like Ben. Just get someone who can act because he's not an actor. Hmm. Oh, Dan Snyder. Okay, yeah. I was like, who is that? Who is that creepy foot fetish guy? I mean, I'm not knocking a foot fetish. I'm just saying. Monique says, I hate when they leave a show in suspense, like you see two people in a room. A shot is fired, screen goes black, and then it says to be continued. Yeah, the olden days. Remember that, Monique? You watch a show and you have to wait for a whole week. This is why I can't do that. Dolly said, "Thank you, Johnson." Dolly said, "No, I think it was the group of shows for the creepy guys." Oh, okay, good. Now, Blackmon says, "WE canceling all these shows. Just start from the beginning and bring back Homeboy Space." Yes. Tanya D says, "If Rory has a gun, how you get hooked?" I mean, listen, if you catch somebody off guard, it doesn't matter if you have a gun, a sword, whatever. Spidey Quick says Rory must know who the hook is. Maybe. Shauna says Ava is so spiteful. Well, I mean, the dude is literally sitting there talking about he cheated on her twice, and got and what is she supposed to be like though? Is she supposed to sit there and just smile and be like, "Nah, that's cool"? Like, come on, think about that for a minute. Now, Tanya D says, "Why is Finn worried about losing Elizabeth? He dodged the bullet." Johnson said, "Homeboy from MySpace was on UPN." Yeah, that's true. But I guess because at one point UPN merged with the CW, that they kept some shows. I don't know. Billy says, Stan Schneider was on a teen sitcom with Robin Gibbons when he was younger. He started out as an actor. Okay. I mean, his shows were very successful. It was just he did some very creepy stuff. Kai Wayne says, "Is is it in one of those rated shows from the '90s?" Yeah. One of those kids shows that the actor was just. I mean, he never did anything that was you know, it was just very weird. Let's put it this way. He was a very weird person around people that was young and spending way too much time with them. Tom is new in the chat. Tom says now only if Cam would kick Josh to the curb, the week would be great. How you doing tonight, Tom? Thank you for joining. Let's everyone say what's up to Tom. Tom is new in the chat. Shauna says, okay. Jonathan says homework from MySpace. That was it was, Jonathan. It was. They had imagination back then. They had imagination back then. I give them that much. Davlin says, "Are you sure that Nickelodeon is the real Nicholas is the real father of Esme?" It's still. I'm still thinking it could be Spencer's. Now, Clark says, "I hope the writers redeem Thomas on the Born and Beautiful. I don't want them acting like that weak idiot Liam is Douglas' father." Yeah, but I mean, right now Liam is a better father than Thomas is. I mean, did you not see what Thomas is doing to his son, having him lie and everything like that? I mean, I'm not, I'm not chipping Liam, but I mean, like right now, let's be honest. Now, Johnson says, believe it or not, Homeboy Smart Space is actually. Oh, seriously? Wow, I'm surprised by that. Well, back in the day, it was '90s, so people just, interesting though. Johnson, Jay Blue said Finn had feelings for Elizabeth. He was invested in his daughter's probably getting attached to Elizabeth too. Yeah, that's the problem when you are older, you're dating, and your kids start to bond with that person. It just makes things much more difficult and messy. Spiderquake says Finn's daughter is Elizabeth's niece. Either way, they're attached. Yeah, but they don't have to be that attached though. Daisy Flower. Oh, how you doing tonight, Daisy Flower? How you doing tonight, Becky D? And what is good, Grams D on Grams TV? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. It's always great to sit there and see y'all in the chat, making my day. Daisy Flower says Spencer, stop sleeping with her. Stop sleeping with her. Yeah, hey, that's true, but I don't know. I just feel like there's a chance. Now, Clark says Brooke tried to gaslight Douglas last year when he caught her kissing Deacon. Open Liam went along with it. Hmm. That's true, Clark. That is true. I give you that point. Good memory. Clark, how long you been watching B&B for? Monique says, when Cam finally confronts Josh about Dex, what would Josh say? I didn't mean for it to happen. So many thoughts going through my head, but it doesn't change anything. I hope we can still be friends. Yeah, she probably will sit there and say some BS like that. I'm glad you're doing okay, Daisy Flower. It's always good seeing you in the chat. Tanya D says Liam gives me wishy-washy rich vibes. And Mel says Thomas will never redeem himself after the way he treated Douglas to Liam. Is a better father to Douglas than Thomas will ever be. I love Liam for stepping up, showing his love to Douglas. Shauna says as soon as Adam moves on, watch Sally. Oh, okay, Clark. Okay, all right. Hmm. I think that might have actually been like 2 years before I started watching. I think it was 20, 2020. That's when I started watching. Which good point though, Clark. Daisy Flowers says Thomas has been emotionally abusive to Douglas for years. Oh, okay. I will take your your opinion on that one. Johnson says when Cam finds out about Josh and Dex, he would probably be glad that Spencer punched Dex. Yeah, he probably will be. But it was again, it was still just a cowardly move, though. Then he's gonna get up in his face talking about, "Yo, man, you want to sit there and try to do some damage to me?" I'm like, bro, if Sonny was not your uncle, he would have wiped the floor with you, bro. You little rich entitled prick. Now it says I'm Team Liam and Hope. Okay. Um. Okay. Shauna says if Bill Spencer been redeemed, anyone, anyone can. Now Travois is in the chat. Travois says, "Do you have faith that Naval is going to be happily ever after?" Who is Naval? I need to know who Naval is. I'm not really too privy on the whole couples. Um. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you. Yeah, no. Every now and then you get some high numbers. I am just I'm just taking it all in. Thank you, Blackmon. But no, Troubles, I have an idea. Like, I'm not used to the coupling names and stuff. Now, Dolly says Thomas has been trashed since he made Douglas. He climbed in bed with Caroline while she was out of it on pay. Oh, wow. Okay, Dolly. So, another sleeping with somebody without consent, like Chelsea did. Kanye says, I just want Thomas to take his Hope doll and run away. Thank you, Black Rhyme. Spiderquake says, my GH kill list is Drew, Cody, Dex, really? Dex, Victor, Michael, Deputy Mayor Spencer, Nicholas, and I got more. Samuel's in the chat. What's good, Samuel? How you doing tonight? Daisy Flower says Spencer is a jerk. I see why Portia doesn't want Spencer to be with his daughter. Yeah, he's that. He's a rich entitled prick. Um, he's a lot of things. Becky G says, I think Neville is Nicholas Naval. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can imagine, Samuel. You had a longer day than me. Billy says Carolyn couldn't consent and she was engaged to Rich at the time. Mm, that's bad. That's really bad. Oof, that's bad. Spiderquick says Carly on my book list, but I don't want her dead. Hookless. Trevor says, hey, Spencer may be a rich entitled prick and a coward, but he's smart when it comes to using his protection against enemies. Cyrus, Sonny, and Victor. I mean, one doesn't cancel out the other, but yeah, Mel says, I got tired of the stupid, pointless love triangle. Yeah, everyone did. Even they did. Karen says, why didn't Nick just tell Ava the truth? This whole list, being pregnant, etc. is stupid. You know, Karen, he's doing it because he wants to cover his ass. Okay, the dude is a coward. You know, he wants his cake to and maybe he feels that he can salvage his relationship down the line, but um I don't know. Maybe this is just some sort of reset. Like maybe they're gonna sit there and hook up Liz with Finn. I mean, Liz with Nicholas, because they did that like years ago. So, oof, man, Cam in his list of men, his list of father figures that has been in his life. Jesus Christ. Body Quick says, I want Carly hooked but not dead. Okay. Nikki said Thomas didn't know Caroline was on those. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, that's a little different then. That's a little different then. Okay. Shauna says Cam told him all that trash, then trash talked him to Joss. Monique says Malcolm did the same thing to Drew when she overdosed on. Mm. Yeah, that was a little bit before my time, but Joey said Thomas knew she was in a relationship with his father. Janet's in the chat. What's good, Janet? How you doing tonight? Like, yeah, I had a good day. I had a good day. Um, Except for this cough and this nose, this blowing my nose constantly. I'm doing okay. Spike Quick says Nina knows, but Drew can make that hitless. Now Clark says Carly is trifling for what she's doing. She should just tell Willa the truth. Yeah, she should. But you know how Carly is. Carly loves that they're holding on to these paternity tests, keeping them a secret from people. So Kywin says, I think Spencer is in love with Joss a little bit. Aren't they cousins? They write them like that. But aren't they cousins though? Then Nikki said, I'm not saying Thomas isn't trash, just saying that he didn't take advantage of Callum because he didn't know. Yeah. Okay. James says, cool. Yeah, I get it. Always good seeing you. Of course, Janet. Samuel says Carly is getting played by her own plant. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Samuel. As much as I love Carly, I'm like, when she started blackmailing him, it was when she started blackmailing her, it was hilarious. And she was like, "Yo, listen, if you don't like it, I'll just sit there and tell the truth. I'm not made out of money. Well, you better sit there and grow a money tree. Let's start thinking positive thoughts. Start thinking some money thoughts." Clark says, "Let's see if Carly likes it. If Sonny tries to keep her from Donna after Nina turns her in for insider trading." What? Mel says Devon and Lily were soon higher than. Yeah, I started watching a little bit of tomorrow's episode. And yeah, it's definitely gonna cut. Mel, to be fair, Billy and Lily was already having problems before Daniel came into town. Okay, that groundwork was already being laid out. What the hell? Okay, what the hell? Now, Kaiwen says not at all. This family friends for many years. Hmm. I don't know why. I thought they were cousins. She kept saying like, "Oh, that's my little cousin." When she used to sit there and talk about Spencer, she used to sit there and say, "My little cousin." So either they retcon that or something. Becky D says nobody on B&B is innocent. What a bunch. No, Johnson says Spencer and Joss are not related. He's related to Cam. Okay, all right. Thank you, Jonathan. Daisy Flowers says Carly knows where Sonny's bodies are buried. She could cut a deal. You might be talking to somebody else. Um, Jakara says, Albert, I just made a soap IG. Nice, nice. Um, send me the link on Twitter, and I'll follow you on there. I'll follow you on there because I got an Instagram, so I'll follow you. Nice, 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 nice. I love it. I love it, Jakaras. Um, okay. Monique says Carly doesn't have Jason anymore to save her from her bad choices. She dug herself in this hole. I doubt Drew will help her dig herself out. Now, Johnson says that's because Spencer is Sonny's nephew. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, Nikki says I feel bad for Billy Chelsea and Chloe both essay him with no. Nikisha, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that episode yesterday, tell me this. Anyone who's watching B&B, how messed up was that scene for Billy to sit there and practically okay everything that Chelsea did? when you couldn't get consent, when he was literally high and everything like that. She literally SA'd him. And he pretty much just was like, it's okay. It happened a long time ago. Like, I felt like that was a slap in the face for anyone that actually, for anyone who got sexually, you know, A. Now, Dolly says, I wonder how big is Nina' reaction going to be when she finds it's going to be big, and she's going to be pissed. Now, Clark says, remember Carly and Drew are hiding a relation Carly guilty of inside trading is backfiring. That's why Nina owns half the hotel. Nina would surely snitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Clark. Yes. Diane better be up to the task. I'll tell you that much, Clark. Johnson said Josh thought Spencer as a cousin when their moms were married to Sonny. Okay. All right. Well, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. Lady Flower says Carly knows all Sonny's business. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Okay. Now I get it. Tanya D says Josh and Spencer are related through Laura and Bobby and through Sonny. But they're not like blood related, though. From what I understand, they don't seem like they're blood related. Mel says, how do you feel about Tucker wanting to get Ashley her own empire? I mean, that's cool. She's going to sit there and do it. It's a different side to Ashley. She's not, she doesn't have the constant resting bitch face. So I'm cool with it. Kaiwin says, they can't make Chelsea look like the bad guy. Yeah, clearly. Um, but if the roles were reversed, they would have no problem. They would have no problem. Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, violated. Thank you. That's literally what up happening, and it's a double standard. Um, Now Becky D says it's double standard when it comes to Billy, Chelsea, and that bunch. Yeah, it is because they're men, so it's not that big of a deal. Now Monique says didn't Chloe do the same thing to Kane when he was drunk and the car passed out, trying to pass off Dolly as his? Mm, Dolly says Josh and Spencer are very loosely related through marriage. It barely counts. Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering about that because I was like, I mean, I don't think they're ever gonna hook up or anything like that, but still. I still remember that last scene of Gossip Girl where Daniel and I forgot her name, the Blake Lively, they wound up getting married towards the end. And they have a brother. Like they literally are related by a brother. And towards the end of that show, they wound up getting married. Like she's pretty much your half sister. What kind of Serena, thank you. Hit memory, Jonathan. I think that was actually the only thing that I liked Blake Lively in was Gossip Girl. Yes, Serena. Actually wound up getting married. I was like, what in the hell? No, Dolly, I didn't get a chance to watch new Gossip Girl. But it is connected to the old one though. So that's cool. And you know what? Seeing how the WB is, maybe it's kind of a good thing that I didn't watch it. Now, Clark says Daniel seems to dislike Spencer. Dante seems to, yeah, he's a rich prick. He's a rich, privileged prick. Spoiled prick. Now, Ron says, Albert, I know that you will agree with me. The actor that plays Kane is, yeah, yeah, I do agree with you, Ron. I do. It's a little weird, but I mean, it's a little weird that he would just sit there and say no, like he's director. Sammy says, well, they touched on that back when it actually happened. Also, Billy wasn't his best self. Either I think Billy was just coming from a place of I haven't had a good, I haven't been a good person either, and I think that's why Chelsea insisted on apology. No, I mean I get that, but having him sit there saying that it was okay and that I, it's just something that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's just like, what? Like no. But I get what you're saying, Samuel. It's just, and then plus, I feel like optics wise, if the roles were reversed, it it would have been a cluster F there. Onyx says watch YNR around 2017, 2018. Billy Miller was still on YNR playing Billy. Yeah, I remember. I mean, I don't remember that, but I remember seeing scenes where he was the original Billy. I also remember him allegedly doing some stuff that wasn't really kosher with the other actors. Now Mel says Chelsea drugged Billy and came to Genoa City to come between Billy and Victor and Victoria's relationship and has never been the same. Yeah, yeah. Billy says they're using Journey and Sparks to see. What? It's okay. It's not as good as the old series, but decent. I'm sorry, Dolly, but when you said Georgina Sparks, I was like, whoa, whoa. I haven't heard that name in a hot minute. I used to love that show so much. Like, literally, after the second episode, I was so hooked. Um, that and One Tree Hill was my show then. That was my shows back then. Karen says Ava needs to move on and find a real man because Nick. Who's she gonna go out with though? Maybe Curtis? No, who's she gonna go out with though? Like it's Slim Pickens in Port Charles, unless you're gonna go out with Dex. Ron says this is why fans can get their way sometimes because the actor and actress don't write their own lines. What does that mean? Clark says I'm still surprised to see Sonny and Ava on good terms. Yeah, I mean, you can't sit there and be blaming Ava forever for those pills and everything like that. I mean, it was bad, but still. Shauna says it was a powerful moment between Billy and Chelsea. Victor paid her. I bet he won't apologize. I mean, Shauna, it was a powerful moment, but it was also like having him sit there and okay the stuff that she did back then. It don't sit right with me. Johnson says maybe Ava and Finn will get together. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. That's true. I was thinking. I was like, there's not really a lot of single men on that show. And Dolly says, I was such a Gossip Girl fan myself. They had a few cool cameos. They showed Blair's mom and Dorian. Oh, nice. Okay. Uh, that was such a good show. That was such a good show. Lonely Boy. It's funny because like now the actor play. He's Joe, but I feel like he's just a heightened version of Dan. Except for now, he's just more of a serial killer. Ron says Ava should be with Victor. Hmm. Why would Victor want to sit there and be with Ava after Nicholas was sitting there knocking boots? Like I don't I don't get that part. Monique says Ava and Finn, another Ava and Silas reboot. Now Clark says he hated her before the pills. She was bitter with her. Oh yeah, that's true. That's I take that back. That's true, Clark. Karen says she seems like she likes them young. Dex could work. That is very true. I am not a person that knocks older and younger. Mel says I love Daniel and Lily as a couple, but Billy. Samuel says I'm not making excuses for SA, but I think if Billy held on to that, he couldn't be a father to his children. He's not the best guy, but he is better than he used to be. Okay, that's true, Samuel. That's true. Sometimes you do got to sit there and let it go, in order to move forward. You very wise man, very wise man. I give you that, Samuel. Medora says, "Got to give GH, got to give to GH. It's been yeah, yeah, Medora. I'm like, I've been awake. Justice, are you looking forward to? Yes, I am. The hell I am, Jonathan. I love you. It's out already. Oh, yeah. Well, season four. Season four. Yeah, four. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Jessica. Because I was like, wait. Wait. I know I've been keeping up with that show. So Dolly says Dan was a bit of a creeper too. Joe is just a serious. Exactly, Dan. Dolly. When I first watched that show, I was like, wait, this is pretty much Daniel except for this is pretty much Daniel except for now he's just murking people off. Now Mel says my shows back in the days was Beverly Hills 90210, Party of Five, Melrose Place, and Everwood. I always want to watch Everwood now. Um, I tried to watch the new Beverly Hills. I couldn't do it. And the new Melrose Place, I did watch. Now Monique says I remember when Silas walked in on Ava and Maury. Oof. Samuel says eventually a person has to move on from the trauma to be better in life. I took it as Billy not wanting to rehash things because they are both different people now. I'm done. No, no. I mean, that's what I said, Sam. You made a really excellent point. You made a really excellent point, and I can definitely see that point. I thought so. You're smart. You're a very wise man. Good insight. Karen says now that Rory is dead, how long would Trina mourn his death? Hmm. Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to you. I love that show. Simon says so glad that YNR is getting back to being on YNR because for a long time the show has been very unrecognizable. Now my daughter says, do you think Heather is the hook because she is walking around with keys? Maybe. I know it's definitely not Esme at this point. Now Clark says, I don't think Ava and Finn would make a good pairing. He wouldn't be able to handle her dark side. That's very true. Ron says, Albert, are you watching? Have you seen Baywatch? Yeah. Now you talk about the old show. I've seen that and also seen the movie with David Hasselhoff. And Dolly says I can only do 90210 reboot for season two. Lost interest after that. Love the original. Yeah, me too. Dolly, I think I tried to watch like 4 episodes and I was like, yeah, this is not really working out for me. Monique says, have you ever watched a show called My So-Called Life in Undress? Oh, Monique, I did watch My So-Called Life a little bit, but Undressed was. I'm surprised Undressed actually got away with the crap that they got away with. Oh my god, that was pretty much research material. Simon says, I don't care who the hook is at this point. I'm so over it. What's good, Eagle Fang? What's good? How you doing tonight? Undressed. Oh my god. You know Jason David Frank was actually on that show? I'm sorry to hear that, Monique. Oh yeah, yeah. No, of course I watched Baywatch Run. Those was like some of my old shows. Baywatch, Knight Rider, The A Team. I never watched Nick Talk. Eagle Fang says by 2 or 3 episode will already be forgotten like about like Brando Oscar of the word no one will really care about Rory. That will slow down the pace. Yeah, that's true. It's gonna definitely slow down the Sabrina fan base. So the door says Nicholas telling that lie the secret will get out. Ava has no reason to keep it quiet. Yeah, that's true. Nah, Johnson, I never watched Buffy and Angel. My friend used to watch Angel Dog. He used to love that show. Eagle fan says maybe Josh will learn good guys like Cameron. Yeah, And same thing with Trina. That's another reason why she pissed me off. I was just like, are you kidding me? You had a good guy with you the whole time, and you decide to sit there and choose that spoiled rich prick over somebody who's going places. The actor that played Billy, what? That was my show. Oh my goodness, Monique. That was. Listen, I didn't have cable back then, okay? So I had to sit there and get whatever I can get. Um, Now Karen says, "Am I the only one who watched an episode 90210? Should I watch it?" I think you'd probably be better off watching the old version, to be honest. Billy says, "Did you see Sydney Games? It was MTV first." No, no. I used to watch like a lot of the. I used to watch like a lot of the reality shows, like Real World and Road Rules and True Life. True Life was True Life was my favorite show. Besides, like it was my favorite reality television, like documentary show. Oh, I used to watch Pretty Little Liars. Okay, and American Horror Story. Hmm. Now, Eaglefest says, "Thank you for Spencer Thought for helping a bro and punching decks. I don't think Cam will ever do that. Only mistake Spencer made is not punching decks again." Eagle Fang, let's be honest, that was a cheap shot. That was a cheap shot, and he only did it because he knew that Sonny. He only did it because he knew that he worked for Sonny. You know, he only did that because he knew he worked for Sonny. It's not like no, screw that. He's only going to sit there and start fighting people who won't fight back. That's not. But I respectfully agree to disagree. Clark says Laura is the only hope of the baby coming out decent. Hmm. Sharon says you can't control who you love. Trina wasn't failing Rory. I get that, but Trina was with a good guy, and she chose to go out with Trash instead. And yeah, yeah, Janet Cheaters was kind of funny, but here's the thing: Cheaters was funny when I was young. When I grew up, I didn't find it really that funny. Yes, Jonas, I used to love punk. I used to love punk. Um, Pamela Anderson got punked, but she didn't sign a release form, so they were never able to show it. Yeah, no, Mel, I was never. I think I tried to watch The Shield once. I can do Nip Tuck, but Billy says Rogue came to my school during the really nice. Eagle fan says Nicholas keeps on burying himself. Yeah. Mel says I still watch Cheaters on VH1. I haven't watched Cheaters in so long. Jessica says Watchmen didn't have that same energy. Exactly. Exactly, Jessica. That guy named Book. I'm like, you didn't care. Like you folded up like a little princess when that dude was in your face. Like, nah, bro. But you're gonna sit there and start fighting dudes that won't fight you back. No, I mean Eagle Fang, I love their bromance, I love their friendship, their relationship, but um nah, bro. Nah. Now Sammy says I hated all those semi soaps. It was so cringy to watch. Mm. Yeah, but sometimes, yeah, wow. Yeah, and Sammy, they weren't for everyone. Johnson says the one where Zach Bradford got punked was crazy. Yeah, they did a lot. They did a lot of good ones. They did this guy named Justin McCartney. They did um Vanessa Hudson and that other guy, Zach Efron. They did a lot of people. Spider Quick says to be fair, jail is different. So Like, so what? He got pressed by Book and he didn't do anything. Okay, but he had no problem sitting there going up and fighting somebody that wouldn't fight back. So no, I don't even want to hear that. No, no, no. He was balls enough to sit there and punch somebody with a sucker punch that wouldn't fight him back. So no, I'm not. No, no. Um, Ron says so. So when Sonny and others find out about Nicholas and Esme having a child, he will laugh in his face. Yeah, apparently a lot of people's gonna sit there and laugh in his face. Now, Jen says, "Is Phyllis nuts or the same?" No, no, Janet, Phyllis is nuts. Now, Samuel says, "I think Spencer was trying to just do his time so he can get out, no issues, no mistakes. Spencer will have that guy buried if he really wanted to." No, 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 he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. Some guy sit there and approaches you in jail and starts pushing you around. You have two options. You can sit there and pretty much be holding out dude's pockets, or you could um sit there and fight back. I'm not sitting there having somebody just punk me around, so I don't want to hear that. Um Billy says Twitch sadly took his yeah. Exactly, Jessica, exactly. I'm like, no, you're a coward. You're a rich prick coward. That's what you are. Medora says Ashley has built her own empire in Paris. Oh, okay. So why is she back at Jabot working with Jabot then? Rob says I'm late. Goodbye, Rory. I don't care. Yeah, most people don't care. Um, yeah, Eagle Fang, he is. Oh, Isaiah, you actually liked him. Okay. Yeah, Eagle Fang. His sister Courtney. His sister Courtney. Courtney is um Spencer's mother. Now Isaiah says those ladies in wine are so obsessed with Diane. That's insane. It's yeah, Isaiah. It's pathetic. It's sad. Now Samuel says Spencer hasn't trapped all that way into his cast iron ways, and him he's just young and different in a different dimension. What does that have to do with Smith there hitting somebody like a coward? Where was that? Where was that energy when he was in jail? Karen says he seems so happy. That's really sad. Eagle fan says Cameron's naive to Josh. He would think that Josh is not hurting him. Yeah, he thinks everything is fine and dandy, and is just roses and everything like that. Nate said, "How you doing? How you doing tonight, Nate?" Samuel says, "I would love to see what you would do in jail." Well, it's either fight or flight. But I'll tell you one thing though, I'm not gonna sit there and have the same energy one way and then sucker punch somebody when I get out of jail that won't fight back. You have two options. You either you rise or you fall. And I'm not letting anyone sit there and punk me. So they're gonna have to sit there and beat me to enter my life before that happens. Um Digiflow says Dex didn't deserve that punch. He really didn't. That was just some cowardness that Spencer did because well that's part of his character. I guess part of his charm maybe. Eagle Fang says who all thought that Ava stabbed Nicholas? Oh, I knew that wasn't gonna happen. I knew that was a fake out. But it was a warning though. It was a warning. Karen says Cameron is going to find out by seeing them in bed. Yeah. And it's not gonna be a good sight. It is not gonna be a good sight. But you know what, Karen? Cam is young. They're young. Isaiah says they really trash Nicholas. I mean, I guess compared to how he was, and yeah. Clark says Cameron can do better than Josh anyway. Kind of slim pickings in Port Charles, though. Clark. Dolly says I think Nina's going to somehow find out and snitch on Josh. Ooh, that would be kind of interesting. Stack says no. Josh told him today they need to talk. Yeah, but that was before Curtis came in with the bat with the news. Isaiah said I enjoy seeing Spencer and Trina today. Um, Eagle Fang says with these writers, it will take about 5 years till the truth comes out on Carly, Josh, and Portia. I hope not. Johnson says whether Ava planned to blow the funeral up goes her way or not, jail still awaits. She will still lose trip. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Those are definite. Well, unless she gets out of town, but she's definitely going to wind up losing trip though. Now Jessica says why Cam doesn't get something is off with Josh. Read the room. Jessica, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. You think everything is fine 1 minute and it's not. And also, I hate to sit there and use the whole young thing, but the dude is young, you know? And Ron says, Eagle Fang says the hook killer won't be found for another 10 years. I hope not. Ron says, to be honest, I hope that Sheila does kidnap Hayden to teach Stephanie a lesson. Okay. Karen says, no, Nina or Carly, happy day. Hmm. Now, Samuel says Cameron would probably work better with someone who is older. Give him a May December relationship with someone, have a older woman, turn him into a man, and throw it in Josh's face. And I am with that, Samuel. I am 100% with that. Johnson says, I hope tomorrow's episode days will be good. It's Friday's episode, so it better bring the heat. Mel says, do you think anyone will find that bomb in the church? No. I mean, they're going to find it, but it's going to be too late, though. Easy Flawed says Josh has Dex who is hot. Medora says, as bad as Spencer is, he is an angel compared to his father. Hmm. Oh, even Samuel says the same thing. Dolly says Cameron with Serena Bowen as an older woman. Yeah, I mean, they do got a new spot. I mean, the dude is gone. Um, Rory's gone. Josh Johnson says, do you think anyone will get killed in the explosion? Hopefully. I hate saying that, but, you know, there needs to be some stakes. You know, no, Spider Quake. I'm not gonna probably do 2 hours today because I gotta wake up like super early tomorrow morning. So in reality, I actually gotta sit there and end this stream now because I gotta be up to 4. I hate waking up early in the morning, but I gotta do what I gotta do until the YouTube money can start rolling in a lot more. Um, because that is the plan. Now, no, Karen says bring Emma on for Cameron. Clark says Cameron and Christina. Cameron and Christina. Hmm. I like that idea, Clark. Eagle fan says I think more victims will be taking out popular stars of the show. The show has too many characters. Yeah, I'm with that. Have a good night, Karen. Thank you for joining. Isaiah says Brooke Taylor's self-respect won't last. The show thrives on degree. Wow. Medora says, remember, Ava is a mob boss. I thought she wasn't a mob boss anymore. I thought she wasn't a mob boss anymore. Because if she was, she wouldn't be sitting there trying to get Gwen to sit there and help her take on Ava. She just would have used the mob. Samuel says, I love Britt and Brad's convo yesterday actually made me a little emotional. Munich says, I wouldn't be surprised if the bomb at the church doesn't blow up. It's a decoy, but the bomb is somewhere else. That would be smart. Johnson says, I say Lila Ray for Cameron. She could bring some interesting drama to the show. Yeah, and she's a quartermain. And she's a quartermain. So that's a twofer. Um, Eagle fan says the hook killer will be found out by Trina because Trina is the key target of the hook killer. Hmm. Hopefully, whenever they get to it. Now, Ron says, don't forget that Phoenix will be doing his live stream from North members. Ron, I feel like you say that because you know every time you say that, I have this expression on my face that I don't really like that he only does live streams for members only. I feel like you do that on purpose, Ron. Ron, you are something else. Uh, well, listen, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to sit there and end the live stream here because I got to wake up super early in the morning. And I don't feel like a zombie. So, yeah. But I do want to thank everyone, and I mean everyone for joining tonight because this was amazing. Yeah, thank you, Becky D. Thank you. It's just this annoying cough that I gotta get over. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, Clark. Have a good night, Clark. Have a good night, Shauna. Have a good night, Becky D. Have a good night, Eagle Fang. It was really great seeing you in the chat again. Jonathan, same thing with you. It's always a pleasure. Dolly's in it. Thank you for chilling out tonight. It's great talking to you. Dolly, it was much needed for me as well. You know, so it goes both ways. I love seeing that they're talking to everyone, and it's always good to see you. So thank you. Mel, you have a good night. Janet, have a good night. Nikisha, Isaiah, Samuel, everyone that I miss. Eagle Fang. I'll say Eagle Fang already. Mel, have a good night. Ron, you have a good night. It was great seeing you as always. Stay safe, everyone. Tracy, Daisy Flower, Jakaris, Nate, Grams TV, Becky D. I think I said Becky D already. Um, Jessica, and everyone else that I missed. I apologize. I wish I could sit there and just go through the whole list, but I will be here for like another 20 something minutes. So, but you know who you are. You made this live so special, and I am so grateful to have everyone here. Daisy Flower, you have a good night. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Oh, they're gonna bring Mel. They're gonna bring her back as a ghost. But I get, you know, Mel, the actress, she doesn't want to be on full time, so it is what it is. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. Stay safe, and I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Oh, and Blackmon, have a good night. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.